Venus and Mars are this cosmic power couple that can transform your business offers from ordinary to irresistible. In today's episode, I am going to walk you through how to align these energies of Mars and Venus so that you can create magnetic offers that are going to attract your ideal clients and drive your business success. Okay, today we are diving into how to create magnetic offers using the power of Venus and Mars from your astrology chart. Venus and Mars are really essential players when it comes to crafting offers that not only feel really aligned with your values and your passions, but also are aligned with the way that you like to take action in business. They'll also do the same thing for your clients. Venus is what draws them to you, and Mars is what gets them to take action. And that's why these two combined are so powerful. And if you start working with them and understanding your own Venus and Mars, you will be able to create much more magnetic and irresistible offers. So why are Venus and Mars so crucial? Venus is the planet of attraction, values, what you love. It's all about what draws you in and what makes you feel connected. So in business, Venus influences what makes your offers appealing, what people are attracted to about you and your offers, whether it's through aesthetics, the values that you promote, or the emotional connection you're creating with your audience. It is what people are coming to you or attracted to you for. And it's also what you are really passionate about as well. Let's talk about Mars, the planet of action, of drive, of motivation, of how you go after what you want. In business, this energy is what's going to help you to take the bold steps that you need to put your offers out there in the world. It's also about how you promote and push your offers into the world. What strategy you're going to use to get things moving in your business. When you combine Venus and Mars, you get this powerful synergy in your business because Venus is going to help you attract your audience with offers that resonate deeply with you and with them. And Mars is going to give you that drive to take action and make those offers irresistible. And it creates this kind of chemistry, this magnetism, and it's also going to make more sense when you put your Venus and your Mars together. The offers are just going to make sense to you. They're going to feel aligned, and therefore they're going to feel more magnetic to your audience. And it's going to compel them to want to work with you when they feel that connection. So when it comes to aligning your Venus and Mars to create these magnetic offers, firstly, let's talk about your Venus sign. So your Venus sign is going to reveal what you value, what you desire. If you haven't already, watch my video on finding your business passion with Venus, where I break down what each Venus sign represents. Just a quick example, Venus in Taurus. If your Venus is in Taurus, you and your audience likely value this stability, luxury, finer things in life. This might also translate into offers that are going to emphasize quality, comfort, reliability, beauty, sensuality in some way, luxury in some way. Then if you look to leverage your Mars sign is going to channel your energy into creating offers that are not just attractive, but also action oriented. It's going to give you that little push of how you want to take action. It's going to give you the strategy. So Venus is going to give you the value and I guess the package, and Mars is going to give you the push. How are we getting this done? How are we making this happen? Again, if you haven't already, you can listen to my episode on Mars and your best business strategy, where I break down what each Mars sign represents. I'm not going to go through all 12 signs in this because it's a combination of both Venus and Mars. I want to give you some examples in a moment. One way of looking at this combo is if you have Mars and Virgo, your approach or your strategy to creating offers is going to be meticulous, detail-oriented, ensuring that everything is aligned with your audience's needs. You're going to go about it in a very Virgo, planned and precise way. So this is when the magic happens. When you combine this Venus in Taurus and Mars in Virgo, you could create something like a luxury offer that is also highly practical and well organized. It's executed in this highly practical and well organized way, but it has the vibe, the feeling, the value of Venus in Taurus. there, but it's executed in this Mars and Virgo way. By aligning your Venus and Mars, you're going to speak to your audience's desires and your own, because these offers are going to be deeply aligned with your own desires. This is going to help your audience to take action because they can see the value, they can see the connection, the authentic connection that you have with that offer and the clear path forward. What if you have Venus and Mars in the same sign? I thought this was an interesting thing to consider as part of this episode. So when Venus and Mars are aligned like that, you have this connection between passion and action. You're likely to be highly driven to achieve what you love. Mars is driving you to achieve. Venus is what you love. Your passions are not just daydreams. You're probably already taking action on your passions. They're things that you actively pursue. And this creates this strong, focused energy that can make you exceptionally effective in business. So for example, if you've got Venus and Mars both in Scorpio, you're probably going to have an intense drive to do deep transformative work. You're going to have this passion for uncovering hidden truths and maybe facilitating this emotional change. And it's going to be matched by this relentless drive to take action and make that transformation happen. This is when those two come together. I'm going to give some more concrete examples of this in a moment, but I'd ask you now to share in the comments, while you're watching, share your Venus and Mars placements and what it might mean for your business. Okay, let's move on to some case studies or some examples here, some famous examples I want to run you through. So let's talk about Steve Jobs, as in one of the founders of Apple. Steve Jobs is a great example of someone who effectively used his Venus and his Mars energies in his business. So Steve Jobs actually has Venus in Capricorn, or had Venus in Capricorn. He really valued quality, reliability, and the creation of these enduring products and this kind of very clever yet enduring design. This Venus placement really drove him to build Apple into a brand known for high standards, high expectation of quality, sleek design, consistent performance over time. That was kind of the values that he brought into Apple. And innovation was also one of those values, but it was innovation through quality. It wasn't just innovation for innovation's sake. But and we're going to come back to innovation in a moment, because his Mars was in Aries, giving him this drive to take bold, pioneering action, to do things that other people had not done before. And Steve Jobs was known for his fearless approach to innovation, for pushing the boundaries, for introducing revolutionary products like the iPhone and the iPad. His Mars and Aries energy really fueled that ability to take risks and to make decisive moves that kept Apple at the forefront of the tech industry. So together, that Venus in Capricorn with the focus on quality and the Mars in Aries with the drive for innovation and pioneering new developments combined into creating high quality, lasting products with the boldness to push the boundaries, with the boldness to push into uncharted territory. You can see that as a brand, they have really developed themselves around this idea of innovation with a high quality product always, and with something that is going to have a strong sense of integrity, which is a very Venus in Capricorn theme. That's Steve Jobs. Let's talk about another example, which is Oprah Winfrey. Now, Oprah has Venus in Aquarius and Mars in Scorpio. So her Venus in Aquarius is all about inclusivity, innovation, thinking outside the box. And people with Venus in Aquarius are often drawn to ideas that challenge the status quo. They're often drawn to being a leader in their industry. They're ahead of their time, and they're often working in an area that is focused on a societal change or focused on society in general. And for Oprah, this really manifested in an ability to connect with a wide, diverse audience and promoting these groundbreaking ideas, having a groundbreaking television show, fostering conversations that really resonated across society and impacted different groups of people. Oprah brought attention to diverse range of authors, a diverse range of people and stories, often highlighting things that would challenge social norms or that explore complex, often controversial themes. She wasn't afraid of going into places, and we're going to get into why that is. She wasn't afraid of exploring those kinds of topics. But this inclusivity and this focus on innovation are that hallmark traits, those hallmark traits of Venus in Aquarius. Now, her Mars in Scorpio is where it gets interesting, because Mars in Scorpio is going to add that depth, that intensity, that transformative edge to Oprah's approach. So Mars in Scorpio is known for its relentless drive and ability to dig deep into emotional and psychological stuff. And it's the energy of transformation and regeneration, pushing people to confront difficult truths to emerge stronger. And this is something that her show was really known for, this ability to tackle often uncomfortable topics, often deep topics, with this grace, with this empathy. Whether she's interviewing someone about, their really darkest moments, or she's talking about really sensitive issues like trauma and addiction or personal growth, she really approached those conversations with this powerful intensity that resonated with her audience. And that is because this Venus in Aquarius and Mars in Scorpio were her authentic ways of operating. And so when she developed things that were in alignment with that, people were naturally drawn and fascinated and magnetized to her content. And this is what you can do as well. Let's just reflect on that. Like, both of these entrepreneurs or leaders were able to combine that attraction power of Venus with that action-oriented energy of Mars to create offers that were not only successful, but also really resonate with their audience. The things people really want. They have things people really want. And that is because they really connected in with what they're authentically aligned with. I want to give my own business as an example here, just to bring it back to, I guess more reality here, or day-to-day people, everyday people like me who are running a business. So I'm a business astrologer. I'm also an online business support coach, and I have Venus in Scorpio and Mars in Libra. So with my Venus in Scorpio, I'm naturally drawn to uncovering the deeper layers of my clients' businesses and their lives. I'm not satisfied with surface level stuff. Surface level solutions aren't going to cut it here. When I'm connecting with a client, I'm aiming to help them achieve some sort of profound transformation. That's what my Venus in Scorpio wants. And this gives me this unique ability to connect with my clients on a deep emotional level, understanding their true desires, their fears, their motivations in business as well. So this is why I love doing my intensive deep dive sessions and my coaching and my astrology readings that go beyond the usual analysis. We are really digging deep, and you will hear me, if you've listened to or watched my YouTube channel before, you'll hear me talk about, when you book a one-on-one session, we go deep. We don't just focus on the surface. We are really going into your astrology chart and your business strategy, and we're trying to create some sort of transformation there that's going to give you this stronger feeling of satisfaction and fulfillment in your business, and also get you better results. When we add in the Mars in Libra to this adds in this layer of diplomacy, of collaboration, and partnership. So while my Venus in Scorpio wants me to dig deep, and I value that depth, Mars in Libra ensures that I do this with balance, with grace, with this focus on a harmonious outcome. I'm not just going to throw you in the deep end and leave you there. I want you to feel really good when you leave our session or our time working together. So what I do in my business, this is how it manifests for me. I have strategic partnerships. So I don't just work as a business astrologer, like in a one-off session. I work as a support coach in your business. And I love developing these longer lasting partnerships where we can build something together. And that's my Mars in Libra. That's my strategy, is to collaborate with my clients and create partnerships there to help their business grow. So it's driving me always to create this kind of win-win scenario for my clients, for myself, ensuring that they're feeling valued and heard, their business is moving forward, my business is moving forward. That's the kind of relationship that I love to be in. I also like, and this is something that I'm continuing to work on, creating offers that really reflect that balance between depth and accessibility, that balance between depth and partnership and collaboration. And I'm particularly noticing the change this year as I offer more of these kind of partnership type packages, that it's really working so well for my clients, because we're working together over a longer term, which is creating better results for them, still allowing us to do the deep work, but the delivery, the strategy and the implementation, the execution is this collaboration, this ongoing partnership, which works really well and is very powerful. That's how it works in my business. I would love to hear how it might be working for you in your business. You might have a bit of a moment here where you're like, that's what I do. I use my Venus and my Mars, and this is how it comes together. And I love when those light bulb moments happen. Let me know in the comments. Let's just go to some practical tips for implementing your Venus and Mars in your business. So, first up, you want to align your offers with what you love. So, just as Oprah uses her Venus in Aquarius to champion these innovative and inclusive ideas that resonate deeply with her and her audience, you want to align your offers with what you love and value, just as it works for me with my Venus in Scorpio and that deep transformation. Your Venus sign is going to reveal what really inspires and motivates you, whether it's innovation, luxury, transformation, reliability. Let your Venus energy guide you here to create offers that feel really authentic to you. This is what's going to ensure that your passion, your commitment come through in your work, and that's what's going to make your offers naturally magnetic. Another tip is to use Mars to drive action and execution. As we've talked about, Mars is the planet that's going to help you to put your ideas into action. And like Steve Jobs with his Mars in Aries, who took bold, decisive steps to revolutionize the tech industry, you can use your Mars to propel your offers forward, whether it's through strategic partnerships like my Mars in Libra, or intense focus, which might be a Mars in Scorpio, or intense research might be a Mars in Scorpio person. Mars is going to give you the drive to execute your vision and your values. Now you've worked out how to create irresistible offers using your Venus and Mars energies, it's time to think about finding your business purpose. If you're feeling a little bit stuck or in a rut in your business, or you're just not sure what you're here to contribute to the world, check out my episode on finding your business purpose. It's the next video up after this one. Let me know what you think.